There you go.
All right. Thank you everyone for being here for the December 4th meeting of the Stormwater Task Force. Um, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry, just trying to arrange my desktop. There we go. Okay. So we have a member of the public with us today. Um,
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Yes, I do.
Would you,
I have no public comment. I have no public comment to make. I'm just here to
Sounds
participate.
good. All right, excellent. Excellent. Then we will move right on into our topics for the night. Starting with the aftermath of town meeting. Our piece in town meeting went well. We got approved for our funding to go ahead with sorry, I've forgotten the name of the company. Weston and Sampson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, to go forward with them. So I assume that's what we will do from here. Um, yes. Do we have we, we just got this, so we haven't discussed with them any of our going forward. So we've still only got the information we had from last session. Is that correct? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
that's
any. Yeah.
right. That's correct. So we've put together the standard contract language
Okay.
that we use, the town uses, and we sent it over to Weston and Sampson for their signature. I think it happened today, so hopefully tomorrow, Monday, we'll have them on board officially.
Great. That's excellent. That's excellent.
So do you have any feeling from them, like when we can expect them? Like how long it will take to get the GIS updated data? The impervious area.
No, that was in the proposal. I don't know if she put timeframes in there. I
Okay,
don't think so, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just, like, do you think we can make it to annual town meeting?
I thought she said that she thought we
Yeah.
could.
She, that's what she
Yeah.
said. Did she
She
realize
seemed pretty confident. And
she wasn't gonna have a contract until December?
Oh, and no, I think we did tell her that too, though. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we told her.
Cause we knew that.
we told her town meeting, yeah,
It's only 2 weeks ago.
I know. So did you guys, Tim, were you at the special town meeting?
I was there for the first half of it at least.
You saw the article come up?
Yes.
Okay, did you see the discussion on the article?
The, yeah, I watched
Okay.
the whole recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was sick that night, but I did
I
watch it the
know.
next morning.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you heard the questions that came up.
Yes, I actually, yeah, there were a couple good ones, but then also there were some really good, like Adam Burney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I talked to Adam Burney at the last planning board meeting and thanked him for like he did a really good job of
yeah,
putting it out there for everybody and explaining like
Yeah.
why this is something we need to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
yeah.
because there is gonna be pushback.
Yeah, for sure.
It
Okay.
actually probably would be good for Weston and Sampson to watch
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah.
Good.
That's true. All right. Excellent. So we got through town meeting. We've got our contract out to Weston and Sampson. Does anybody have anything else they would like to discuss or bring forth about where we currently are with the information they've given us? I feel like what they've given us so far is pretty straightforward, and it's just, getting us ready for their actual research and data and presentation. So I'm not really sure that there's much else for us to go over there. Um,
I feel like we're in a holding pattern until we get the data, but.
Yeah.
We're already getting feedback, like you got feedback from a business owner. That you shared with me, who has spent money. On BMP. And not happy with the thought of. Businesses getting a higher tier.
Yeah.
Or. So.
I mean, it's not that we're giving businesses a higher tier. It's based upon
The big
Their
commercial, the
areas, yeah,
the
Sure.
large,
right.
and Greg had some thoughts about that.
Yeah.
And in the interest of full disclosure, I'm also a landowner of commercial property.
Yeah.
So I should say that to you folks. I do aspire to own an office building someday in town. So I think through that lens a little bit too, but I also have the unique lens of being a consulting engineer. So I see it on multiple different sides of the table. I think we need to do a stormwater utility, and I think probably businesses need to pay their fair share. I just hope that you maybe look for creative opportunities to.
Yeah. Well, it was incorrect of me to say business, but based on impervious area,
Yeah.
large, like
Right.
parking, But even homeowners
Which
have
includes
already,
nonprofits, by the way.
Hmm?
Which includes nonprofits, like churches.
yeah, they
Yeah.
have big parking lots.
Yeah,
But even homeowners have already brought up things about they have spent money to put in mitigation. And I think other towns maybe have some kind of process for credits or,
Yeah, it's just
but there is overhead
the
associated with that.
expenditure that you
Yeah.
have when you're working through that stuff is the.
I don't think we can
spending.
do it like they, in time zero.
Right. And also, it's not just what their properties are putting into the town, it's that it's for it's for the benefit of the whole town,
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
over town, not just the things that are happening on your own property.
That's kind of what we've been echoing all along.
Right,
Is it's really for it's the street sweeping, it's to clean up the catch basins, it's to respond to emergencies.
yeah,
It's not just individual
culverts,
residential properties.
yeah,
So everybody shares that burden of responsibility.
right,
So we, when we did our renovation, thanks to Greg. Tens of thousands of dollars on stormwater mitigation.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap,
no,
but we have peace of mind because our
Right.
property's not gonna flood.
right,
And I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't have to pay for stormwater. I don't have to pay for it, just sweep up the streets, doesn't make sense to me. I
right,
still have to pay for that.
right. So,
But
like,
I guess for the benefit of the public. Um. When there's somebody in the waiting room, um. If and when the stormwater utility gets up and running, there's gonna be no staff. So the DPW is gonna have to send out that initial billing, maybe first quarter, second quarter, before we can even hire somebody.
Mhm.
So to give an abatement to somebody who has a stormwater BMPs on their property. How can we manage that?
right,
Yeah.
We can't until we get a staff. Right, I need somebody to go out and look at the property, make sure they're actually maintaining it, make sure they actually have.
And the residences, it's not that much
BMPs.
money for the residences.
Right,
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 So they're
so,
gonna fight tooth and nail, get
Then
$50
need-
off every quarter.
yeah, then I need clerical staff to.
Yeah.
Change the billing around, right, so, till we're up and running,
Some of the upper tiers, does it make sense that we should assess each of the properties individually? Because that's gonna be a lot of money.
right. And the thing, it's not about what's happening on their own property, it's about what's happening all over town. So it's great if I have stuff on my property, I have rain gardens, I have all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that that's helping clean culverts. So,
they should pay something, but like, let's just, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Talk, so I don't wanna talk out of turn,
Mhm.
but like, let's just say the largest, probably the largest wonderful thing we have in town would probably be the new.
where,
Vacant, Walmart, but I'm thinking about the new vacant warehouse down off of Lawrence.
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
That was a vacant piece of property. And they did stormwater calculations to mitigate their stormwater to a point to basically to collect all of the runoff from the new impervious areas, such that the offsite runoff is at or lower than it was without the impervious area. So when you go in there and you assess them for their impervious area, I'm just saying, I think you're gonna get some pushback because they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the case of that to mitigate that on site so that the off-site footprint, what it looks like they didn't even build it from a stormwater management standpoint. So that's what I'm talking about in my thing, that, you know, lots of money and that's all based on your local regulations, but also just state, mass stormwater guidelines, so.
So the kind of mitigation that they put in place, is there maintenance associated with it?
There is, and that was
Okay.
the point of my, that's the one thing the town struggled to
Yes,
Right,
enforce. You know, it's all well and good that you have to put a stormwater operation maintenance plan,
yes,
as part of the approval. But,
Which-
towns struggle, just like Wilson. There's
Yeah.
no one in town that's gonna go, that's the stormwater police, that's gonna go out, well, Groton has one. But there's nobody in town,
Groton
most
does, you
towns,
said?
yeah,
Groton's really
yeah, Michelle Collette.
good about a lot of stuff.
Some towns have it, but I'm just saying, in the vast majority of towns in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, they struggle to enforce, private people, making sure the
Yeah,
private sites, uphold their operation and maintenance, and it's a big deal. If you don't operate and maintain a stormwater system, it
Yep.
just, every year,
Doesn't
you're
work.
gonna lose.
Right.
You're gonna lose capacity. We saw that in other parts of town.
Yep.
Those will
Yep.
remain nameless.
Mhm.
And so I think you might have an opportunity, I get your point, until you have something with critical mass, with staff, you're not gonna be able to, but you may have an opportunity to address a problem in town and give some incentive, and incentivize people to.
Do you know what they did for storm mitigation at that site?
I mean, I would imagine it's a combination of, conventional, storm drains, deep sump catch basins to, extended stormwater detention basins to hold and contain the stormwater on site, you know, just to hold.
Does it flow into the town stormwater system? Or does it go to like a stream?
I don't know how much the town has for stormwater infrastructure down there, probably just
Yeah.
flows in offsite wetlands, yeah.
No, crosses the road
Does
through
it?
a tiny little pipe. yeah.
Okay, through culverts, okay, so
Mhm.
there you go, so it does. Yeah. So, that's
Okay,
just,
so it still uses the town stormwater.
it does,
Mhm.
So we
yeah,
have to.
but it uses it at the rate that it did.
Even less,
Before it was
you
developed,
said,
at the rate or less, yeah,
yeah,
because they have to mitigate it and prove that there's less run, at the same or less
So if they added
run.
all that impervious area to something that we used to be a vacant lot, it
Yeah.
would maybe have was allowing water to infiltrate it.
Yeah.
How do they reduce it? How does that happen?
They build detention basins and things to store it and then release
Okay.
it slowly.
So all the runoff they catch basins, and they have a network of drainage that pushes it into a big basin.
Yeah.
Kind of like in front of the library.
Yeah,
Right,
Similar to that?
exactly, yep,
And
exactly.
it catches it there and then it seeps into the ground there.
It seeps into the ground and it also, just releases, it's a controlled release, so it releases it at a rate that is at or less. than
Does it
what
get to a
was.
certain level, then it spills over?
Yeah. It has emergency overflows and things, but yeah,
Okay.
but anyway, that's the kind of thing that I was talking about.
Okay.
so like in Groton, do you have to be certified, you know, to do the checks, inspections, whatever, I mean, how are you qualified to do that?
It's a good question. I don't know what qualifications Michelle has. Michelle's just been doing it for a long time. She was their long-term land use director. She's quasi-retired, but she still works for the town. And that's her role in town. She
Okay.
kind of oversees that.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can,
so
you
what
can give
about-
it to your consultant as added to their contract, I guess,
To
right?
do that, one of the positions we thought of adding would be like a GIS or an engineer or GIS type person.
Mm-hmm,
Somebody like that could do it.
Wayland, Jenny would be happy to hear. Wayland pawns it off on their conservation commission. And so
Jen
does-
just
so does-
volunteered.
So Sterling.
In my
Sterling
free time.
Sterling does, you have to get a stormwater permit through the conservation commission. So there's different towns do it different ways.
but it is a problem, cause you know, you get approval from the get-go, yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to,
And
and
you
then,
enforce it, and then no one could, yeah, then, you know. Then you don't there's no incentive to clean the catch basins, or to clean the sediment floor bay in the detention
Yeah.
basin. Or to mow
Yeah.
to keep the detention basin mowed. So
Yeah,
that-
and all that costs money,
All that costs money.
so,
And that's why no one does it. That's why.
Well, maybe if they farmed that out to the town, then we would do it and charge them utility. If they did it themselves, maybe we would give them a break. But how are you gonna prove that they did themselves?
Yeah.
And you can impose the requirement that you come up with a plan and prove to us that you actually cleaned out your catch basins. And then we'd give you an abatement for that.
or we
Year.
could put the proof of inspecting it on the owner. That's another option.
That was my thought, that if you, I don't know, and you guys have a lot more talk on this, and mine was just an initial thing, but you might have an opportunity to, to incentivize people to actually do the required inspections, provide that information to the town. Not that the town would necessarily have to go and verify, you could, but, if you got a, if you got a, bill of sale from a vacuum truck company that went out and serviced all the catch basins on a site,
Yeah.
or something like that,
Yeah.
that it's things that could prove that they're actually, working on it.
But I wonder, I mean, we're talking, at least for a resident, like, let's say it's $60 a year, I don't know, $60 to $100 a year, something like that. My guess it's gonna cost more to have somebody come out and clean out whatever and do an inspection
Well,
than to just pay the
oh, yeah.
utility.
Yeah.
So. I don't know.
Yeah, and if that's gonna be a business decision too.
So if they paid the utility, does that mean the town would do it and we'd get the tax money to compensate Bill for doing that?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
It just doesn't get done.
We don't go on private property.
Yeah,
So that even if they wanted to farm out the work to you because you have the equipment, the personnel, you still wouldn't do it.
Yeah, so most homeowners have what, a rain garden, right? And
Yeah.
you just gotta
Yeah.
mow it, take the dead
Yeah,
leaves out and
the ones we're
when you
doing.
drive
for-
around town, there's a lot of them
Yeah.
around.
The
It's
the
big
stormwater
commercial.
systems we're doing for residential homeowners that are over that 40,000 square foot threshold in town. Are things like, infiltration trenches along the edge of the driveway, maybe a water quality swale along the driveway, maybe maybe we're collecting the roof and putting it in a dry well, runoff from the roof.
uh-huh,
And then maybe a rain garden in the backyard. Those are the things those are the sort of the four most common B and Bs on a residential lot. But they require maintenance in all of them.
Yeah,
So,
right, so it's easy enough to inspect it if they have an infiltration trench along the edge of the driveway, if it's all covered in dirt or leaves, then they
Yeah.
haven't maintained it. Right, if the rain garden's full of
overgrown,
overgrown
or
stuff, they haven't
field and
maintained it.
lawn,
yeah,
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 it's now putting green.
yeah.
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 I don't know, it's something, yeah, I mean, this isn't the first time it's come up.
Let's just see what, I mean, I assume Western and Sampson's done this before for.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what they,
Yes.
what other communities have done for this kind of thing, cause we can't be the first community that's. done
no,
about this kind of-
No,
the other thing we have to figure out is the billing. The logistics of. Of
Yeah.
that,
yeah,
right, so I think my first hire is gonna be clerical, somebody to do that.
Yeah.
Cause it's time consuming,
somebody who knows munis,
somebody knows Venus, yeah,
yeah,
it's not easy to bill through Venus.
yeah. All right,
The idea of like having somebody submit that like they've had their BMP systems like cleaned or prepared or repaired or anything on a yearly basis does sound interesting. It does sound like it has some kind of merit. So maybe that's something we consider in the future. As like was saying, as like an abatement on the thing. I don't know. It's worth considering.
I agree. If they've done all that work to mitigate the stormwater and it can prove that it's less flow than it was before they started developing, it kind of makes sense to give them a break.
mhm,
It really does. But something's going into the town's stormwater system, so something.
Okay.
So, because it kind of makes sense to look at those really big customers. Before we
Sure.
go live, to independently assess them
mhm,
and get somebody, maybe them, to help us assess individually the big
Not wipe it out entirely, but you get some kind of
Yeah, the
credit.
top tier properties. And they'll let the mid-tier properties, apply for abatements. And
The
there is
thing
a-
that does worry me about that is that like the largest contributors to the the utility are going to be the people like the warehouse down by the Keating facility who have like they would be a large contributor, but if they've got all of the systems that they've already put in place, like that's going to be a bigger hit to everybody else who has to pay into it or to just the utilities bottom line in general. Um, that's that's the part that still has concern, or like I'm not quite sure what we do with that in particular.
Cause we have a number we're trying to hit based on your budget.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's gonna hit the bottom line. It's gonna hit the bottom line. That's what I think. But that was his wish list. So, and my hunch is you're gonna get less than you asked for.
Well, sure.
But you'll take
I
what
think
you're,
he's
yeah,
on a nice list this year.
it's his Christmas list.
Yeah. So there's really nothing we can do until we get Weston and Sampson
Yeah.
on board and get them
Yeah.
going.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good point to move forward from then. Hopefully we start getting some information soon and we can start really working all of this out. In that case, has everybody had a chance to review the meeting minutes for the October meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Um,
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from October 23rd.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
Aye.
I need to do this roll call, don't I?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Renee,
Aye.
Jen,
Aye.
John,
I,
and an I from myself. All right, wonderful.
Are we gonna need like a kickoff meeting with Weston and Sampson once they sign? Or do you think they're just gonna go? We've talked to them a couple of times now.
Yeah. But once it's signed, I'll reach out to her. and
Okay.
See if she wants me. I don't think we
Yeah,
have to.
I don't want, cause we only have so many meetings in the
Yeah.
agreement with them,
Right,
Right.
and
but
I think the scope of work is pretty clear now, so.
yeah, yeah.
so there's nothing here in the meetings and project management task force that says they're just gonna come in here and meet with us individually as a stormwater team. It says 5 remote project monthly project meetings with the town. 2 in-person public presentations, to a wide range of groups, and 1 meeting to hold dialogues and information exchange sessions with different organizations. Nothing with us.
Well, with the town, right?
Okay,
I think is what they mean by that.
all right.
But do we want to kick it off? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll ask.
Yeah.
I don't think we do. Right?
I guess I would just leave it open if they have questions before they.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want them to do work and only to realize, oh, we're off a little bit. I think that the 3 small group meetings were for us. It says 3 deliverables, 3 small group meetings, 4 public presentations, and 9 monthly progress meetings.
Really? Where's that?
Well, the 9 monthly progress meetings. That
Yeah,
ideas.
September, this is the final.
So this is, am I looking at the wrong one? This is from October 11th.
I think this is September, hold on, maybe,
Yeah.
Going
we
back through
reduced-
email.
We reduced the meeting.
Yeah,
yeah, we did, that was the,
John has the limit. Right, the dollar
yeah,
total is 42.9, right?
yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to find that in my emails.
I'm thinking we can leverage off of the 5 remote monthly project meetings, just to kind of kick it off with us. And then expand the scope of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let us know anytime.
Yep.
All right. Then last thing we've got is our regular ongoing business. I assume at this point things are getting too cold for there to be any more work on the library's stormwater BMP.
We don't have to worry about that because it's complete.
Oh,
Oh, great.
nice.
Okay.
I didn't know
Sorry, I might
that.
have missed that before.
It's all done. At the last meeting, there was just a little bit to go, but they got
Okay.
it done.
Awesome.
They did a good job. You can hardly tell they were in there, except it looks totally different, but it's nice and clean and neat.
Sure. That is great news.
Hmm.
All right, excellent. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to address? If
Nope.
not, I will accept a motion to
So,
adjourn the
Tim,
meeting. Oh, yes.
there is a member of the public on Zoom. You may want to ask her if she has
Oh,
any.
yeah, absolutely. Would anybody in the public like to make any comments?
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Sorry, I got the meeting halfway. I was working. Has the contract that for the funds that were approved in town meeting, has that contract already been awarded?
It should be signed off tomorrow or Monday, hopefully.
Um, uh, so just because I'm thinking of the timeline since town meeting, um, in terms of, was that something that was posted as an IFB or service, or how was that? I mean, great to be so efficient. I'm just curious about the process that was followed.
Okay, we had reached out to Weston and Sampson, I don't know, 2 months ago to discuss them coming on board, and they had given us a cost estimate. It was a little bit more than we could handle, so we reduced the scope of work, and they gave us another cost estimate for that 42,900. So they were, ready to go once we give them the contract. They're ready to work. And then
So,
timelines for the town meeting. We told them that, yeah, we have to wait for the fall town meeting in November before we get the money. So they were pretty confident we'd be ready to go for the Springtown meeting.
okay. Um, so, I I mean, I think they must be a state contractor. Are they like, it doesn't sound like there was a competitive process with this consulting gig.
Right, so for engineering, that doesn't have to be a competitive process, you can use
Okay.
whoever you want. So we chose Weston and Sampson because we had seen some of their work in other towns where they had helped other towns get their stormwater utilities up and going.
Okay. Um, and since I made this comment at the special town meeting, I felt that I owe to come to your committee and make the same comment. I am, I know and I haven't followed your work very closely together, but I'm not sure where we cross the line between exploring solutions to meet the state requirements to we're going to establish a utility, which is pretty much we're just establishing another tax. And I heard during this time that I was listening to the meeting that Bill has a budget. I think, you hired a contractor and all. I think there needs to be a big piece of educating the public on why we are going down this road on a utility tax or a stormwater tax versus any other possibility, because I don't see myself crossing, like, being presented with in town meeting for, sign up for another tax, and I'm like, well, but why? So I would wish that your group to, continue doing the work that you're doing. You guys seem fairly confident that that's the path that it needs to be done. But I would invite you guys to engage the public on some public meetings, not like this, but an informational public meeting with a goal of communicating with the public, put a notice on the ledger. We're gonna be talking about why we landed with this solution. And I think you can possibly do both in parallel, continue doing what you're doing. I think that would be a really big hurdle to overcome. And the reason I say that, not just I feel like I owe you that, is that you guys are doing, important work, and I believe that we do need to become compliant by the state requirements. We don't have any other option. But it would be a shame, if you will, if you do all this work and this item keeps failing in town meeting. So I'm all for public engagement, and even doing it's harder, but I believe there is a value. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
So is this reflect this contract right here?
Yeah.
So is it available on the website?
We
On
can
website?
post it on the website, but
All right, so if we
Um,
posted the Weston and Sampson contract, so you can see exactly what's in the contract and how much each line item costs, Bill can post it to the town website and you
You
can
did
access
share
it.
it with someone did ask for it in the public
Right,
Yeah.
and
before town meeting.
that's right.
part of the scope of work is public education. So we will have some meetings for the public.
Task 4, meetings and project management. This task includes 1 meeting to hold dialogues and information exchange sessions with different organizations and groups in Lunenburg to obtain approval buy-in on the stormwater utility plan and to gather input on the final structure of the stormwater utility. Scope also includes 2 in-person public presentations to a wide range of groups, including residents, community groups, and municipal officials. 5 remote monthly project meetings will be held with the town to discuss project progress. And the deliverables are 1 small group meeting, 2 public presentations, and 5 monthly progress meetings. And for that task, they asked for $12,450.
If I may, when I said Bill had a budget, thank you for reading that. It sounded like Bill had a budget for the cost of running, of maintaining stormwater in Lunenburg. But
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you, reading what you just said. Thank you.
So that was related to like the public outreach aspect of it, because one of the things that you had brought up is that we should have some public education
Right.
regarding the utility, and that part of the contract is specific to that.
That's perfect. That's great.
That's pretty standard. Every town that's done it has,
Yeah,
and we see, I told us that, and Weston Sampson.
yeah.
That's done it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, excellent, excellent. If nobody has anything else to add, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
Wait, when is our next meeting?
Oh, duh, obviously. Okay, next meeting. Do we want to, no, we specifically didn't because it runs right up against Christmas. So do we want to have another meeting in December, or we just go through to January?
I think in January, because people have holiday plans.
I don't know if we'll have anything before then anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense too.
The last 2 weeks of December are pretty busy with just about everybody.
It's true. Okay.
That's just my
Um,
opinion.
How does everybody look for January 15th?
Maybe we should shoot for the 8th, just in case we get something
Sure.
back. When is town meeting?
May,
May? Oh, okay. All right. For some reason, I was thinking it was April.
No, but the
Clearly
warrant
no
the
things.
will close.
in April, yeah.
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 47 days before, I think.
Never have enough time.
No,
Speak. Take it from me.
never.
So maybe we should shoot for the 8th, just to, there may be a chance that we'd wanna meet twice a month. Coming up to the, depending on what's
We might
coming
have to
up.
squeeze some in, and
Yeah.
especially like before some other town committees and public presentation, information sessions, whatever.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that'll be okay.
so,
I'm out of town the 18th for about a week and a half, so 15th would work.
are you around the 8th?
8th would work.
You prefer the 8th?
I think it makes sense, but I don't care either way.
No, I agree. I think the 8th makes sense. I think the earlier we get the meeting and make sure that we're on track, the better.
And
I
if we
can
don't have anything back from them by then we can.
I think we'll definitely have something back from them by then. It's over a month. I hope, if we sign by Monday, I would think we would have something back by then.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be,
I just know holidays, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with the 8th.
Yeah, we'll shoot for the 8th. If nothing has come through by the beginning of January, Bill, could you let us know and we'll postpone the meeting as needed at that point. If we get stuff in, great, we'll have the meeting. If not, we'll postpone it until we've got something we can work with.
I can do that.
Okay, wonderful. January 8th it is. Task Force, 7 p.m. Reminder. Monday to Friday, week 4. All right, wonderful.
I do a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call. Renee,
Aye.
Jen,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and an aye from myself. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Anna and Greg, for being here. And everybody have a great night.
Thanks, you
Have a
too.
good
Feel
night.
better, Tim.
Thank you.